coming up in court today on Eye for an Eye.
And she's yelling at me, calling me a pervert.
Well, she's naked and you're sitting there looking at her.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't looking at her before she yelled.
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real revenge.
They'll carry the chainsaw, put them over the rail.
You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this.
Justice is Eye for an Eye.
I love these people. It's me. I am Kato Kalin, and today on Eye for an Eye, we have the story of a man who likes to look at chicks. The plaintiff had his feathers ruffled after he was assaulted for trying to admire some natural beauties. The defendant says the story is for the birds. She claims to have caught the peeper red-handed, and now this bird brain is plucked.
She's a crazy lady. She says I'm a peeping Tom. I sure wouldn't peep at her place.
When somebody looks through your window with a movie camera, you're gonna stand up for your rights and go for justice.
This is the case of a bird in the hand. When a beauty bickers with a bird watcher, whose side will be left with an empty nest? Only Extreme Akim can decide. Let's watch! All rise!
All right. Got Frank Mellon, and you're bringing this case against Melissa Baum, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got your complaint, but I need you to tell me about it.
I'm a bird watcher.
Right.
And because of her thing, I got beat up and my spotter scope got broken, and I just want to have it replaced.
Okay, who beat you up?
Well, he's here in the courtroom.
Which one is he?
That one with the glasses and the blonde hair.
Okay, come on in the cage. Okay, ma'am, what do you have to say about this? He says you got this man to beat him up, and it ruined his bird watching scope.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Melissa Baum.
Right.
And I live in a beautiful home on a hill. And one day, right after my bath, I was sitting on the edge of my bed putting lotion on my legs, and I looked up, and there was a movie camera lens looking right at me.
Oh, my God.
And
What were
that
you wearing?
gentleman
What were you wearing?
was taking nothing, sir.
Sir, were you watching more than birds?
First of all, Judge, respectfully, let me say there was no movie camera anywhere. That was my spotting scope, and I was watching birds, and I have no idea what she has.
Sir, that was a movie camera.
No.
And was it looking through your window?
Yes, sir, he was.
No, he wasn't.
It scared me to death. I screamed bloody murder.
That's when I turned around. When I heard her scream, I thought somebody was in trouble, and I turned around to see
Somebody
what it
was in trouble, Your Honor. I was in trouble.
Yes, she is.
Okay, and then what did you do after she screamed?
Well, I heard the scream, and I thought, uh-oh, somebody's in trouble, and I turned around to look, and I saw on her balcony, I saw her, and I turned my scope around to look, and when I saw that she wasn't wearing very much, I
was
turned
nude,
it back.
sir. I was
and
nude.
she was yelling, and she's yelling at me, calling me a pervert.
Well, she's naked, and you're sitting there looking at her. I mean.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't looking at her before she yelled.
And then what? So what did you do after that?
Well, I thought the best thing for me to do is get out of here. So I started, So I just started packing my stuff up, and that's when this gentleman arrived and started punching on me and kicking me and grabbed my scope and smashed it on a rock and left me and,
So did you do that?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
But tell me how you got involved.
today I don't feel too good about it, you know. I mean,
Okay.
I was in the home. I'm a cable guy.
Okay.
And
so you were just doing the cable at the time?
well,
Ma'am, you were naked with the cable guy?
No, well,
He was
no.
He was downstairs.
Oh, he's downstairs. I'm sorry.
No, I used to do pools and tennis court work,
Okay,
and
well, it doesn't matter. You're
moved
doing
inside.
cable, okay.
Yeah, and well, I had reason. I moved inside for entertainment. The entertainment business is better inside.
Okay.
And so I'm in the house servicing the bedroom downstairs.
Oh, my God. All right.
Okay, you wanted to
Come on,
ask me?
come on, we only got-
here's the deal.
we only got a little bit of
okay,
time.
I'm
You gotta
servicing
get
the box
did you hit the
downstairs.
man?
I'm in there servicing, and I hear the screaming.
Okay.
Well, I think somebody's filming in the windows, and I hear her screaming. I don't know, so I see the man I go up there and chase him down, and he wasn't running fast. I just kind of was adrenaline, whatever.
I
I
was
knocked him
still-
down and broke his camera.
No.
I thought he had a camera or something. I thought he was peeping in the windows.
Yeah,
Sir,
I was
I'm
just
sure
packing
you
my
find
stuff
a
up
camera
to...
in the bushes.
You want me to go find the camera in the
No,
bushes?
I'm sure there's a camera in the
Well, did anybody go look to see if there was any cameras in the bushes?
Sir, I don't know. I wasn't there. I was home getting dressed.
Okay, and who's this witness?
My name's Bubba.
Come on in here. What is it, Bubba what?
Bubba Burns.
Bubba Burns, okay. All right, tell me what you saw. What do you know about this?
I talked to the police afterwards, and I was working underneath my car, and I heard some screaming, and got out from underneath my car, and saw this gentleman running down the street, and he was rubbing the front of his doinker, and
He's what? Rubbing it. Oh my gosh.
Coming up next.
Well, let me ask you something, ma'am, and I hate to be so personal, but do you know anything about his sexual orientation?
No.
I mean, does he do stuff like that? Does he do peeping
I
Tom?
don't know. No, I mean, I don't know.
So I take off for the lake, and I'm taking my clothes off, and I jump in the lake.
So you jumped in the lake naked?
I had to.
Oh my God.
How else would you get the ants off?
You're watching Eye for an Eye.
So you were just doing the cable at the time?
Well,
Ma'am, you were naked with the cable guy?
No, well,
He was
no.
He was downstairs.
Oh, downstairs. I'm sorry.
he would rub in the front of his doinker, and
He's what? Rubbing it. Oh my gosh. What you saying? He was rubbing his genitals? Is that what you were saying?
his doinker.
Oh my
You're-
God.
you're on-
Sir,
yeah,
now come
yeah,
on, that's
no.
sick. Is that what's going on here?
No. Here's what happened. When this gentleman, and I have nothing against this gentleman who knocked me down, by the way. He came a few days later to apologize. But when he knocked me down, apparently it was into an anthill of fire ants. And I'm all of a sudden feeling all this stuff, and I'm trying to brush them off. They're all through my clothes. We're right near the lake. So I take off for the lake, and I'm taking my clothes off, and I jump in the lake to get the ants off of me.
So you jumped in the lake naked?
I had to.
Oh my God.
How else would you get the ants off? That's all.
Oh.
I was just getting the ants
Ma'am,
off.
what do you know? Come on to the cage. Maybe you can help. How do y'all know each other?
Well, we're members of the Audubon Society.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me what you know about.
Oh, well, I've got picture here
we are.
of the ant bites on him.
Oh, do I have to look? I guess I do. Okay, give it a big Sugar
And you
Ray.
can tell what they are from the inflammation around them, etc.
All right, I guess I got to
Sir,
look. Bring it here.
That's
sir, when
Yes.
he was running, when he was running and he
That
was
doesn't have
naked.
anything to do with those bites.
Did you
They're ant bites.
Did you see the bites
There
on
we
his?
go. See there.
Don't
there,
raise your
there.
voice at me.
What do you think that is? I mean, do you?
No, I think that's something that's been fabricated.
Your Honor, you can check the hospital records. I went to the hospital to get some stuff to put on this.
And
It's all
that's just-
verified.
Well, let me ask you something, ma'am, and I hate to be so personal, but do you know anything about his sexual orientation?
No.
I mean, does he do stuff like that? Does he do peeping
I
Tom?
don't know. No, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, she's
he's a nice
accusing him.
man.
Well,
She's accusing him of being a peeping Tom. I mean, you don't
he
know anything.
was.
He's so quiet, would never do anything like that.
Exactly.
Okay, and tell me, he's
I
an
think-
authentic bird watcher? I mean, does he?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He is a member of the Audubon
Okay.
Society.
I brought 3 bird pictures in Big Sugar Ray. I want to see if he really is a bird watcher.
Now, he's newer than I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
really
already
good.
making excuses here? All right.
No,
Well, let me
it's
see.
not.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 bird pictures, and I want you to tell me what each of those 3 birds are.
Okay.
They're going to flash on the screen
that
here,
one-
too.
That's a kingfisher. That's kingfisher. That one is.
Your Honor, we don't have interesting birds near my house. We just have
Your Honor,
nasty
she wouldn't
old
know a
grackles
rare
and
bird if she
ducks.
saw.
Well, what
That-
other
that's-
birds? Tell me the other 2
that's
birds.
a whooping crane right there. That's
Whooping crane?
crane,
Okay, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What's the third
yeah.
one?
Third one?
The first one's right, too.
Well, the third picture, here's a heron.
Right.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one
that
right
was
there.
good. Okay, Big Sugar Ray, hand those to. So, ma'am, he obviously knows his birds. I mean, what makes you think that he was not just watching birds?
Well,
He heard you
sir,
scream and you
there's
ran
a
outside
big-
naked and he just happened to look.
He just happened to be looking in my window with a lens when I was naked.
How close to your
Sir?
window was he?
Well, just a few feet.
Oh.
It seemed like he was just.
Sir, there's no birds in her house. What are you doing? I mean, if what she's saying is right, I mean, she said you were a few feet away from her window. Is that right?
Well, if you call 150 or so feet a few, then I was.
And what did you tell? I need to hear from you. Now, when you got there, was he naked?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
He was naked.
was-
Was he in the water naked?
I didn't see that part. I saw him was running through the woods and rubbing on his doinker.
Okay, well, do you think that could have been? I mean, you saw the picture of the ant bites. Do you think that could have been because he got bit by ants when this man knocked him down?
It could have been, Your Honor.
All right, well, good. Hey, what do you have there?
Could have been.
Well, we reported that to the police when he was running around this lovely neighborhood, stitch stark naked.
All right, well, get that Big Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Well, he says it's because he fell in the ant bites. I mean, I'd see the ant bite picture there, so I don't...
Excuse me, Your
Yes.
Honor, the police did come while I was in the lake, and they arrested me for indecent exposure, took me to the station, and saw my bites and let me go.
Did you ask her to repair your scope?
I did. I went the next day to her house.
Your bird scopes.
Yeah, my birds.
Yeah, did you ask him to...
Yes, right.
Okay, and what happened when you went there?
I said, I've lost this bird scope. It was broken, and I would like you to pay for it. And she basically said, go to hell, and sent me back out.
Why did you have that
Number
reaction?
one, I don't swear. Number one. That's number one. But number two, I am convinced that he was looking in my window to take pictures of me, that if you weren't looking in those bushes, you'd find a
And
camera.
what is there to
and the
look
whole
at?
time
Tell
he was
me.
there, he was looking at my bosom. I beg your
What did she
pardon.
say?
It's very simple.
What did you say he was looking at? What did you say he was...
My bosom.
Your bosom. All right. All right.
Your
well-
Honor, if I don't look at her right now, I couldn't tell you a thing about her figure. There's nothing to see.
All right. All right. Well, I'll be back in a second with my decision. Thank you. All right.
My question is, why would you take a shower with the cable guy in your home? Why not wait till he was done?
I live in a large home, and I was upstairs. I had a meeting later in the day, and I had to be there. And he'd been at the house several times. This isn't a stranger.
You were innocent. Why did you run? I mean, why run? And she said you were a peeping Tom. Just walk
Oh,
away.
well, no. When she starts screaming and yelling things, I heard the word pervert, and I thought the best thing to do was to just get the hell out. So I just started packing things up, and by that time he was there. There I am.
I'm a little concerned about this because when I saw him come in, he was doing good to walk to get into the cage. And you, being the size that you are, and you can see the age of this man, and you had guts enough to go out there and beat the hell out of a man that can't fight back.
Yeah.
I don't think much of it.
Well, you know, folks, it's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's up to Judge Extreme Akim, and we're going to find out now what he decides. Let's see it. Come on out, Judge.
Coming up next.
I got to weigh the credibility of the witnesses. Did the cable man apologize in this case?
Yes.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes,
he was beaten up. He was humiliated. He was locked up.
You're watching Eye for an Eye.
Oh, well, I've got picture here.
Oh, do I have to look? I guess I do.
The police did come while I was in the lake, and they arrested me for indecent exposure.
Hey, come on, that's
No, no.
sick. Is that what's
No.
going on here?
No, here's what happened.
All rise!
In this case, I got to weigh the credibility of the witnesses. Ma'am, I think you made a mistake here. There is nothing in his background to show he had any propensity to be a peeping Tom. I think he was really looking at birds, and I think you screamed and he looked up. Did the cable man apologize in this case?
Yes.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes, he was the one.
Because of this, he was beaten up, he was humiliated, he was locked up, and he had his bird scope destroyed. I mean, this man went through a lot. Are you willing to pay him the $1,500 for his bird scope?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I think you need to appreciate the beauty of birds, and I want him to get a little chance of getting revenge against you. So my order in this case is going to be that you are going to be ordered to clean up bird cages and other animals until you have learned your lesson. Now, that's justice.
We're dropping in at Boutique Pet Shop, where our defendant will be busy picking up droppings. Now, if you think things got messy in our courtroom, just wait until you see what our bird-brained bather is going to have to clean up.
Well, I'm very disappointed in the verdict. My feelings are very hurt. I honestly believe in my heart that a man who had perversions looked through my window when I was in a very vulnerable position right after taking a bath, and I'm quite angry about it, actually. I cannot believe that any grown man in his right mind would go out tromping through the bushes looking at birds. It makes absolutely no sense to me. The only bird that he was looking at was me, and I had no feathers.
Well, the whole idea that she thinks I was looking at her instead of at birds shows me where her orientation is. It's not with the animals, not with the birds. She's centered on herself. I hope this experience gets her to take another look at nature and all the stuff that I think she's missing.
I'm here with Dolores Petty. Dolores, this is the boutique pet shop. Is that how long you been here?
37 years.
Okay, it's a long time. In dog years, that's a long time, but 37 years is a long time in human years. I have Melissa here, who will be working with you until she agrees to pay off the $1,500 that she owes for breaking the gentleman's spotting scope.
Oh, she's not going to have any trouble paying that off. We got a lot for her to do.
So you've got a lot of cages here for her to clean.
A lot.
And today's cleanup day, so what are we waiting for?
Let's get going.
Is she dressed the right way?
Exactly. Exactly.
Good luck, get her clean, and we'll see ya.
All right, let's go.
I was horrified by the first things I had to do because one of them dealt with feeding a mouse to a snake.
Let's go to the rat room.
When she said, now we are going into the rat room, I just said, no, we are not. What is a rat room, for heaven's sake? As it turned out, it was where they keep the little baby mice. They're gonna feed the snake. Oh, I am so sorry. When I was reaching in to get the little mouse by his tail and felt sick at my stomach and panicky and very, very upset, I'll probably have a nightmare. Oh. It was traumatic.
Now, put it there.
Get it off, get it. When she put the bearded dragon on my shoulder, it was a complete surprise. I mean, she said she was going to put it on her shoulder, and then she put this crawly, creepy little thing on my shoulder. I had to ask her repeatedly to take it off my shoulder because she kept telling me it was going to be all right. When she finally did, I've never felt such relief in my life. You have no idea how unpleasant it is to clean a bird cage, and there are lots of birds. It just smells awful, and you no sooner clean it up than they messed it up again. Some of the birds were really, really pretty and really, really sweet, so that was really nice. But the cleaning the cage part, it is awful. Cleaning the fish tank was really kind of fun, actually. They were so pretty. And the fish tanks didn't smell nearly as bad as the other things did. And it's not something I would want to do every day, but I think I did a real good job. That felt good. The absolute grossest thing I had to do was cleaning the big dog cage. I'm sure you can do it without doing this, but I ended up getting dog poop all over my hands, down in my fingernails, and on my apron, and I just couldn't have been more upset. It was really, really unpleasant. Dolores took me late in the afternoon to clean this cage that was at the front, and it was the little bunny cage. But there was this darling little bunny, and she told me that it was going to have to go back to the breeders today because it had been here for 2 weeks, and I asked what's going to happen to it. And she said she didn't know. And I realized I wanted to take it home. It was just the sweetest little bunny I've ever seen in my life. And I asked what's going to happen to it. And she said she didn't know. And I realized I wanted to take it home.
All right, so you're closing up real soon, and you smell a little bit. I do smell something. How did she do?
Great. She did absolutely wonderful.
Thanks.
Are you going to stick around?
No, I'm going to write a check for $1,500. This is really hard work, and some of it's quite distressing. I could never feed a little mouse to a snake again as long as I live.
I couldn't either.
But one wonderful thing happened. I've got my new friend. I'm adopting this little buddy. Okay, there you go.
Today on Eye for an Eye, justice was a bunny rabbit. Until next time, I'm Cato Kalin. Well, you can pet him too.
Hey, nobody likes to go to court. Nobody does, but Everybody likes the fact that there's another animal lover in the world now.
I'm glad this experience is over. It has taught me a lot. I am ready to write that check and to take my bunny home.